Decision making using the concepts of marginal quoting. CVP analysis is used as an evaluation tool for managerial decisions. In this chapter, we will discuss the use of CVP analysis for short-term decision making. Framework for decision making includes 4 steps. Step 1. Identification of problem. Step 2. Identification of options. Step 3. Evaluation of options. Step 4. Selection of the option. Application of CVP analysis in decision making. SWIT P-1. Identification of problem. Every organization has its own objectives, and goals are set to achieve these objectives. To reach at the goal, actions are to be taken. For example, if an organization wants to be a cost leader in the industry it operates in, it has to achieve 3 E's in its all activities. 3 E's means economy in inputs, efficiency in process and operations, and effectiveness in output. An entity that exists for profit may identify few areas, problem areas, which if worked on can add to the profit or wealth maximization. For example, manufacturer of textile products has identified that it can be leader in the industry if it can produce the products at lower cost than its rival. Here the goal should be problem area, low cost production. Step 2. Identification of options. After identification of problem, S, the next step is identification of options to achieve the goal, to answer the problem. Every possible options need to be explored. In the earlier example, the textile manufacturer may have the following options for low-cost production. A. Purchase of inputs from specialized market local versus import. B. Make the input in its own factory make or buy. C. Bulk purchase to avail discount offer how much to purchase. D. Make in-house make versus outsource. E. Bulk processing how much to produce. F. Using efficient machine for manufacturing old machine versus new machine. G. Optimization of key resources product mix decisions etc. Step 3. Evaluation of the options. After identification of options, each option is to be evaluated against the objective criteria. An entity with objective of making profit may evaluate options on the basis of financial measures like impact of profit or loss, market share, overall impact on profitability, return on investment, etc. Non-financial factors like customer satisfaction, impact on existing market customer, ethics of decision are also evaluated. This step is a very important and may be grouped into 2 tasks. 1. Identification of cost and benefits of each options. 2. Estimation of amount of each options. SWIT P-4. Selection of option. After evaluation of the options, the best option is selected and implemented. Principles for identification of cost and benefits for measurement. The cost and benefit of an option is identified for measurement if it passes the principles of controllability and relevance. Controllability. Those costs and benefits which arise due to choice of an option. In other words, benefits received and cost incurred are directly related with the choice of the option. Thus, the costs and benefits which are controllable are considered for measurement for making decision. Relevance. The costs which are controllable need to be relevant for decision making. This means all controllable costs are not relevant for decision making unless it differs under the two options. Thus, a cost is treated as relevant only if a. It is a future cost and b. It differs under two options under consideration. For example, a limited wants to manufacture 1,000 additional units of product X. It is considering either to manufacture in its own factory or to outsource to job workers. In this example, cost of raw materials to manufacture additional 1,000 units is controllable as it arises due to management's decision to make additional units. But it is not relevant for making choice between manufacture in-house and outsource to job workers, as under the both options, the raw materials cost would be same. Hence, for decision-making purpose only those costs and benefits are identified for measurement which are both controllable and relevant. Historical cost is irrelevant. The cost has already been incurred and do not affect the decision. Example, book value of machinery, etc. Sunk cost is irrelevant. The costs which are already paid either for goods or services availed or to be availed. Example, raw material purchased and held in store without having replacement cost, cost of drawing, blueprint, etc. Committed cost is irrelevant. The committed costs are the pre-agreed cost which cannot be revoked under the normal circumstances. This is also a sunk cost. Examples, cost of materials as per rate agreement, salary cost to employees, etc. Opportunity cost is relevant. The opportunity cost is represented by the foregone potential benefit from the best rejected course of action. Had the option under consideration not chosen, the benefit would come to the organization. Notional costs are relevant for the decision making only if company is actually foregoing benefits by employing its resources to alternative course of action. For example, notional interest on internally generated fund is treated as relevant notional cost only if company could earn interest from it. Shutdown cost is relevant cost. When an organization suspends its manufacturing operations, certain fixed expenses can be avoided and certain extra fixed expenses may be incurred depending upon the nature of the industry. By closing down the manufacturing, the organization will save variable cost of production as well as some discretionary fixed costs. This particular discretionary cost is known as shutdown cost. Short-term decision-making using concepts of CVP analysis. Decisions related with excess supply, such as a. Processing of special order. b. Determination of price for stimulating demand. c. Local versus export sale. d. Determination of minimum price for price quotations. e. Shutdown or continue decision, etc. Short-term decision-making using concepts of CVP analysis. Decisions related with excess demand, such as a. Make or buy in-house processing versus outsourcing. b. Product mix decision under resource constraints, limiting factors. c. Sales mix decisions. d. Sale or further processing, etc. Summary. Marginal cost. Marginal cost, as understood in economics, is the incremental cost of production which arises due to one unit increase in the production quantity. Marginal cost is measured by the total variable cost attributable to one unit. Marginal costing. It is a costing system where products or services and inventories are valued at variable costs only. It does not take consideration of fixed costs. Absorption costing, a method of costing by which all direct cost and applicable overheads are charged to products or cost centers for finding out the total cost of production. Absorbed cost includes production cost as well as administrative and other cost. Contribution or contribution margin is the difference between sales revenue and total variable costs irrespective of manufacturing or non-manufacturing.